everyone, I'm back. Um, I want to just start off by saying that there's been a lot of different requests for things, and I will get to all of them. I'm trying to do just a little bit more research. I'm rereading some parts of the books to refamiliarize myself with the characters, just because I don't want to give wrong information. But as far as I can tell, for what I've seen so far, what she did was she combined kind of some characters like Cash, for instance, are just who they are. But there were a few where she kind of combined a couple of people's different characters because she didn't really know me very well at the time, and she didn't know my friends well at the time. So she took what she knew of a couple of different ones and combined them kind of into certain personalities, is what I'm seeing. So I've made some notes, and I'm going to touch on those things going down the road and into the future. Today I want to talk about my kids, just because there's a lot of questions about them and people ask about them a lot. And so to start off, I'm a little embarrassed to say this, but not anymore. I have 7 kids total. 3 of them are grown up, they're adults and out on their own, and the other 4 are either with me or still with my mother. Well, actually, one of them is with my sister, just because that's where she started, and we discussed the best thing for her. And because she was so young when she went there, she chose to stay there, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. I want her to be happy. Um, so the very oldest, Orion is his real name, and he's 25 now. He was obviously with my mom from a very young age and kind of stayed there because I was first in the throes of my addiction, and then I went to prison, and so she kind of petitioned for adoption pretty early on with that one. He is doing well. He refuses to use any hard drugs, just for the record, so everybody knows. He does smoke a little weed, I'm pretty sure, but he's a good kid. He's super nice, respectful, and really glommed on to recycling and how important it is and to save the planet. And so he's a really thoughtful and decent person. And we're just now getting to start to talk again and maybe kind of forge some kind of a relationship. My second oldest, Jade. You have to forgive me if I get their ages. I get their ages close. She's 22 now. She is out on her own. She lives in Nebraska with her fiance. And she has 2 kids. So yes, I am a grandmother, Violet and Douglas. She is kind of doing her own thing. So, but she's absolutely not high in any way, shape, or form. I don't even think she drinks, but once in a while. So, she's got it together. She's doing her best. And the next oldest, Heaven, is 20, or will be 20 here on the 24th. Wait, I might have that wrong. She might be 21 on the 24th. I'm so sorry. She is in college now, and actually we've stayed in close contact over the years, like since she was really little. As soon as I got out of prison, forged a relationship with her. She was living with her dad and her grandparents because I was actually pregnant when I went to prison, and I had to be shipped out to the hospital, and I had her in the hospital and then went back to prison. So, but we've had a really good relationship. We see each other several times a year. We've always been really close. As far as Jay goes, just so you know, she ended up with her, when I went to prison and stuff, she ended up with her paternal aunt, and then her dad got out of prison somewhat later, and so she forged a relationship with him too. So she's actually really thoughtful and caring about making connections with her family and making sure she keeps that up. The next oldest in a row, that's Clyde. And Clyde, Caleb, and Estrella were all with me when I relapsed 8 years ago. So Clyde is 17, Caleb is 13, and Estrella is 11. And when I relapsed, my mom came and picked them up, and we had a little bit of a contention and some bad blood over it. but it was for their safety. We've argued over it since, because I did get it together that time around. I was high for about 3 months. I went to jail for 6 months, and when I got out, I got it together. I haven't touched anything since. I don't even drink, but maybe twice a year. I don't do anything that changes. Like, I won't even drink to the point where I feel past a little buzz. I'm very, very careful with putting anything in my body that makes me feel anything other than normal, because I don't want to be in a bad place ever again. So along the way, Clyde has come back to live with me. And again, he's 17 now. He's about to graduate this year. He wants to stay home for another year and start his college and stuff while he's still at home, so that he's in a safe place, and that's totally fine with me. He has ambition. He's trying to decide whether he wants to be a video game programmer or or something in construction, because he's got a class that he's really interested in. So he likes to work with his hands, and he likes to work with his mind. Like Heaven, Clyde is 100% sober. He refuses to even try a little sip of alcohol on New Year's. He doesn't, not that I'm trying to encourage him, but I just asked him how he felt about it. And so as far as that goes, he's 100% sober and on the up and up. He's just your natural layabout teenager, though, so we struggle sometimes with that. And then we have Caleb. Caleb is still with my mom. I've got to see him a few times since I got back to town. He is a really smart, empathetic child. He's growing into his own. Hopefully I'll be learning more about him and getting closer with him again here in the months to follow. That's all I want, so I'm praying for that. But he's a good kid. He for the most part stays out of trouble, gets in a little trouble at school or whatnot, but he does really good. Estrella is, again, with my sister. She's got my attitude. She's got my personality. She's feisty and smart and knows exactly who she is. So I'm hoping and praying that she stays on a straight and narrow too. And then the youngest, his name is Case and Chaos, because I knew youngest of 7 was going to be a problem. I think it was intuition. But he's 7 years old, and he has autism. So it's been kind of challenging with him as we go. He's not high spectrum autism, but he is like mid spectrum. So he does have kind of a lot of obstacles that we have to overcome. I just recently got out of a terrible relationship, and well, not recently, about a year and a half ago, going on 2 years now. And that relationship, because there was a lot of arguing and a lot of tension and problems, did not help him at all. So when we got out of Vegas, we went to Missouri, and my best friend, Malia, hi Millie, and Koa, who's her husband, and her beautiful children also, they are very important and dear to me, and they helped us get through a really tough time. They helped me put Kaysen through boot camp in a matter of sorts, so that he could learn some things. At that point, he wasn't even potty trained, but with their help, he has come 1,000 times past what he was. He's using a lot more words. He's 100% potty trained. He's independent. He still, of course, has his issues, and he still has a speech, kind of a struggle delay. But he's in school now, and he's in a program that is geared for autism. So his teachers are wonderful. They work closely with him. There's his teacher plus 4 aides on hand, and he's come miles. He can almost write his name now, but he can definitely form the letters, and he can recognize the letters and colors and shapes by name. And so he's come miles, and I couldn't have done any of that without my friends. And I really appreciate you guys. I just want you to know that. I think that's about all for today. Again, I do have some ideas on what I'm going to do tomorrow. It's kind of a surprise, but I have a story to tell you that's super embarrassing. I probably shouldn't be telling the whole world, because I'm still embarrassed about it, even though it happened 20 some odd years ago. But I think you guys will get a kick out of it. It's a little bit of truth about Adam. That's what we're going to do tomorrow. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. And don't forget, like and subscribe. Share my page. I need all the exposure I can get. I want to grow. I want to thrive, and I want to do something with this, okay? Thank you, guys. I appreciate you all.